Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys doing here today? Tuesday. Let's get it popping. August 11th. Let's take a look at what we got on the news calendar. We got 10 a.m. existing home sales coming in at 10 a.m. Let's get the news launch. Let's pull up our Dynasty app real quick. Got a lot going on. Got a lot going on here today. All right. Very good. Very good. All right, let's take a look at what we got here today. Not much so far. Not much. It's been like the slowest process ever to get back to 30,000 on the NQ. ES is holding still and accepting and building value above its prior all-time highs. So it looks like we are building some value here and an acceptance. So we shall see how that will potentially influence NQ. A couple things worth noting on the NQ is that we are still trading inside of yesterday's initial balance. So I was actually shorting yesterday. Actually, I was longing. I was buying. Then in the afternoon, we were shorting, and we were anticipating that break of the IB low. We didn't get the full break, right? They didn't break it till GlobeX. So they actually ran yesterday's low. So if you pull up the daily chart, you'll see we swept yesterday's low. Now we're back inside prior day range. And so obviously it looks like they're going to try to take out at least overnight high, right? I mean, that's kind of like the game plan here. So we'll see if that's what ends up happening. If you take a look at the 4-hour chart that I have here, we are currently holding this trend. Although, let's just pull this up here real quick. We've got this nice little lower high compression happening here, and it's getting real tight under the weekly open print. So we can look here how they've been basically basing underneath, basing underneath this weekly open. And you can see how, yes, GlobeX, actually, this is not GlobeX. This is GlobeX right over here. This was our sweep of the prior day low right there. So we ran the low, closed up inside, rejected our weekly open, held the low, and now we're trading back above the high again. So it looks like it wants to break out of this this overnight high from 2 a.m. But we'll see how they deal with this weekly open here at 29,851s if we're able to hold that level. On the hourly chart, let's go to the hourly chart real quick. The hourly chart, we've got some areas that we should probably pay attention to. So, you know, we've got obviously this is the catalyst here. This big candle here, what time was this? This was at 9 a.m. on, I think, Friday. So right before NFP. And then we end up getting this push up higher. And then it's basically a pullback, right? So, you know, technically we're still holding this swing. So if I were just looking at basic market structure 101 before we start looking at anything, we could just see the price action, right? I mean, this is what it is. And then they give us a nice little pullback, and now we're kind of correcting inside this range. So realistically, like, this would be the low. And then this would be the pivot from below. So as long as we're like holding inside of this, I mean, I would think that as long as 29,500s are being respected, that we're probably going to end up seeing price try to like make more attempts higher. It doesn't mean I'm not going to short if I see an opportunity. But structurally, 4-hour, daily, 1 hour, we can see that there's not really been any successful attempts here by the sellers to really get a meaningful low. This would have been it right here. And when was this? This was on August 6th at 10 a.m. They ran this, and then we consolidated. We built this little base here, and then that base led to the next breakout. Same thing here, and then we kind of peaked over here. What was it, Sunday? And then yesterday we kind of just grinded back down. So once we kind of failed that weekly open, we can just see how now we're just consolidating in this base. So kind of just watching here, this value that's being built. If we were to just drop a volume profile here, we can kind of just do something like this, just to kind of consolidate everything. Let's give it a moment while it loads. Yeah, so if we were just to do that, then we can pretty much see that our POC is right there at 753s, and we can kind of see how that's kind of held up pretty nicely. You know, they pulled back into it once, twice, and just couldn't get through it. And then we have some low volume areas right around here. So we'll see if this ends up, I mean, they've already tested it, so I don't know if they're going to come back to it. There's like a daily gap in this area here. So this is also something where they could potentially come back down one more time, a few times. I mean, who knows, right? I mean, price can do whatever it wants to do. I'm going to watch this area here, 700s, kind of as like our support level on the hourly chart. And then, you know, we'll be looking for breaks above if we can start accepting above 851s. And then the main level would be obviously 30,000. 30,000 is there. Let's throw on our gamma levels really quick and see where we're at with things. So we're just like locked in between GEX 3 and put support at 740s. So now that I see put support right there, 29,740, I don't need to draw my little line there. But we're also right in the middle here of our volatility threshold. So that means above this, we should see price more stabilized. Below it, we should see price a little bit more unstable. But let's also pull up our summary here so we can kind of just see where we're at with gamma. Let's see what we got. So we're positive gamma today. So our largest node up above is around 940s. 940s. So let's see. But before that, we've got 725s, which we've already kind of traded above. And then above that's 800s. So we've got some gamma, pretty thick gamma up above. We'll see if that ends up being a magnet for price. And down below, we've got some positive gamma around 400s. Let's keep looking here. Okay. So let's get this on. Let's get this going here, guys. Let's see what we can do today. I'm going to take my GEX off on the hourly for now because I have it on my other chart, so I don't need it there. The main reason why I want the hourly chart is just so I can look at the development of the hourly, right? Because what we're looking for is continuity across time frames, and then we look for our tight entries. So right now, on my Renko chart, I don't know if you guys probably can't see it, but at the bottom, I've got something that looks at all the opens from the daily 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute to tell me if we're aligned or not aligned. It doesn't mean I wouldn't take a trade if they weren't all aligned, but it's helpful for me to know if I'm trying to catch expansions of, let's say, a 30-minute, 4 hour, 1 hour. I want to be in sync, right? So I want to time my entries. All right, here we go. Got about 30 seconds left here before the market opens up. Let's have a good day, guys. Let's have a good session. We got some call resistance here at 850s. Is that right? Is that right? Let's pop that on the chart there. Yeah, we do have call resistance right here at 850s. So we definitely want to be mindful of that. So we'll just watch this 4 hour chart here as it begins to try to get above the weekly open at 851s. So we don't want to like ignore the bigger picture here of what's been happening, right? So, okay, there's the open. Big dump there. Big dump. What's that opening print here for 6 a.m.? 767s. Oh, I have it on my chart. 769s. Overnight lows at 662s. Let's see if that's where they're going to try to take this thing. Let's see. We just cracked 800s or under 800s. That was our stubborn level yesterday, right? That was a level that price just couldn't stay under. Good morning. I'm going to take a scalp short there, guys. Let's see if we get some movement. Some movement. There's 60 ticks. We're testing 0 gamma. Let's see if we can clear this low around 700s. Got a second contract there. Are they going to slingshot this thing? They better not slingshot this thing. I want them to stay heavy under 75s. Let's get back down to put support one more time, guys. I got some trap sellers already. They're trapping these sellers. Let's see. Hopefully I'm not one of them. Everything's bearish. Continuity, 4 hours bearish right now. Let's see if we can get to put support real quick at 40s. Holding my short. Taking my first targets probably right around 33s. I would put support. I'm just going to take it off right there. Quick scalp. We're going to put support. I'm going to take it right there, guys. It's probably going to displace through the lows. Negative gamma right now. But just want to build my little buffer, guys. My little buffer. Look at how they're building the volume here, building value right around 750s. So right now they're going to try, like I'll probably short again if we end up trying to pull back to our mid here. We also have gamma up top, a major positive up top. So I don't know exactly what where I would short it, but if we end up popping and failing, then I'll be looking for my M pattern to get short. But these guys are staying heavy. They're controlling the auction right now. Clearly at the moment. So that was a quick short, quick scalp. Look at that 5-minute candle. Oh my goodness. That thing is nasty, bro. Yes, big rejection there as well. So people trying to buy put support, they're going to get smashed. Let's go. Got major negative down at 680s. Let's see if that's where it wants to go. Oof. I'll be watching for the low overnight lows, guys. So keep your eye. I wouldn't try to buy this, until they actually run the lows. Unless we see some meaningful shifts and traps. I mean, of course, it's the open, so they usually like to press one side and then slingshot to the other side. But this is staying heavy. I mean, look at the 1-minute chart. Look at the Renko charts. Look at the 4-hour. It just wicked off the weekly open. Once we get underneath this prior 4-hour low, then that could be a catalyst for price to then take out 662s, which is also right near our major negative gamma level below. And if we get through that level, then we may see bigger, stronger, more violent moves. Or we may find it price gets stabilized there and they start supporting it. So we're just going to wait. Just take it easy. Where are we in relationship to yesterday's initial balance? Because that was obviously an important thing. That's odd. So we're breaking through put support. Look at all the selling happening here at these lows. My goodness, these guys are being aggressive. Very aggressive here. Very aggressive. Look at that. Wow. Should have stayed in my short, man. You know, I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop saying I should have done this. I should have done that. It's not good for the psyche. You know what I mean? If anything, I should just be like, good job. You caught the right move. All right, they're gonna take out overnight low, or they're gonna try to protect it. Let's see. Watching 700s here. It'll be a quick cut. I'm gonna take a quick little scalp attempt here, just in case you want to protect the overnight lows. We got an offer. It's 735s. Let's see. I'm out of that joint. Out of that joint. Let them try to take out this low here. So 760 looks like the area they want to go to. Oh, I should have stayed in my. There I go again. Should have stayed in my life. I'm not going to say that. All right. Watch if they can accept above 725s. Use that as support. There's a retest of put support here. Big rejection here off 700s. So they swept that prior 4-hour low, and then we got that pretty nice reaction. But let's see if they're going to continue to drive it higher. If not, I'm going to take another short attempt here. Morning. Watching 700s, if they're going to get through 700s. Taking one contract off. As they approach 700, big figure. Watching for 62s. There's 100 ticks. Stops are at break even. Taking my 100 ticks of profit. We out, son. In and out, baby. In and out. Big test here of major negative. Big reaction there. Look at that big seller that just came in. 243 contracts executed on the bid. By the way, our new big trades indicator, I haven't released it yet. We're still working on some other stuff, but what we're doing is we're actually consolidating a reconstruction of the tape. So that way you don't have like all these bubbles. You can literally set how, if you want to consolidate and create a cluster. So this is showing 3 orders that got placed, and then we just cluster it. So it's a single becomes a singular order of 243 contracts that sold. If you want to see the granular executions, and you can keep it separate, but you know, for our use and purposes, it's not necessary. At least how I like to use it. I mean, you can use it however you want. Look at that hourly chart. Holy cannoli. It's probably going to bounce. Just be careful. Once we take out that overnight low, we'll see if they're going to come back down. We'll see how aggressive they trade through this low here, right? If they're going to be able to displace through this low at 66.25. But every time frame is negative right now. Every time frame is below its opening price, except for the smaller time frames. So 30-minute, 15-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour daily, everything is below its open. So is this the right time to be buying? Probably not. Probably not. So that's another one that we're going to drop here soon. Time frame continuity for Renko charts, time-based charts, whatever charts. I told you, I literally just build everything I personally like to use. And then if you guys can use it too if you like. There's an M pattern right here. Let's see if it ends up holding or failing. Let's see if it ends up holding or failing. I did just say I didn't want to be a buyer here, so I might look for another attempt to sell if this pattern fails. But we'll see. They did kind of break aggressively from this high, but we just took out, we did hit the main objective, which would have been the starting point of our W. We call that the A point, right? Or X point. X, A, B, C, D. Boom. And they're pulling back right here. So let's see if they can drive up higher and then fail. Maybe we can sell up at the upper band and then use 750s and put support as a level here. We're going to try to reclaim put support. So let them try to reclaim the put support first. Our POC being tested right now, 730s. 1 hour reactionary off that fair value gap. Oh, that's not even a fair value gap. I don't know what that shit is. it's a green box. Let them get through put support. What I'd like to see at put support is a break above put support and then maybe like a failure. So we get a nice little overhead press pattern. We get here, we press, break, just kidding, and then back. So let's see if they're going to sustain this move. What's ES doing here? ES is pulling back. Let's see if we get a just kidding. If we get back under that box, it'll be a just kidding. So this is our POC here for the 30-minute candle. I have a 30-minute rolling POC volume profile that we're testing on a Renko chart. Just because we're scalping 30-minute expansions, you can use it for 1 hour. You can do whatever time frames you want. So it lines up pretty nicely when we combine it with key levels, especially since we're trying to catch reversals. It's really helpful, right? To be able to see where they build the value, and then from there they pop to the other side. Let's see if this is going to be enough to recover this dump here, or if this is it. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and try a quick scalp again. Let's see. I'm trying to get through this level here. We've got a nice little dot. A nice little dot. Nice little entry. Let's see if we can stay underneath. Oh, they popped right up, back up. Are they going to hold above put support? Let's see. 750 is that level. Looks like you're going to try again here. Here's the buyer. Let's see if the buyer's going to get the result. If not, then this could be where they trap that buyer at 750. They're still consolidating under 750s, which means they're going to probably try to spike it one more time. We'll see. I'm in that short still, so we'll see what happens. Looking for a failure, a W failure. Well, it actually succeeded because it did create the higher high. But now I want to target this low. If we can get down here, back at negative, major negative here. Let's see, there's 50 ticks. Did I get my 15 points for my scalp? Yes, there's my 15-point scalp. I'll take one contract off. Tighten up my wrist. There's another 100 ticks, gang. There's another 100 ticks. Let's see if they're going to be able to get through 700s here. New 15-minute bar about to open here, so opening range is about to get set. So they may spike it one more time, so just be mindful of that. Probably end up cutting this here if this ends up reclaiming above 750s or 740 put support. So put support acting as my resistance. Watching that opening range low, 678s. Can we get there, gang? Can we get there? Sick. Come on, boys. Let's crack 700. Right now they're playing with major figure here, 700. You can see right there. Boom, there's 150 ticks. Let's take it off of 700. Another one. Another one. The obvious level is we have our opening range low, and then we have major negative, right? Major negative right here. So we combine opening range low, major negative. We know it's a magnet. We know there's liquidity down here. We know there's bids down here. If you look at Bookmap, boom, there was like 200 contracts right there. They just did a book flip and threw 300 right above. I mean, you know, just because, so you have all these confluences telling me price wants to go here. That's all we want to do. Like, where does price want to go? Like, where does it want to go next? And what are we using to determine that, right? We're using structure, we're using liquidity, we're using gamma, we're using order flow, right? Depth of market. And then your job is to use price action, market structure, price action, patterns to enter the trade. So the pattern here for me was, we saw that the buyers, let me take this one off here real quick. We saw that the buyers succeeded here on a break. So this is called a challenge, because if this is a game and everything I'm going to do, like all these streams, I'm just going to relate to prices. It's one big game called green candle, red candle. We know we're below the 30-minute open, 15-minute open, 1-hour open, 4-hour open, and a daily open. We know we're underneath. So right now, who has complete dominance of the overall market? Well, the sellers do. Perfect. Okay, we know that. So therefore, if that's true, then when the buyers do try, what does it look like when they try to take control? It looks like a break of structure. It looks like a higher high. It looks like trap traders. It looks like, you know, an aggressive move up. But those moves are just an attempt, right? Just because you get a move doesn't confirm that these guys have taken control. So the idea for me was, here's their W. They got the pattern. Wait for the W to either fail or complete. It completed at the upper Enzo band. We got the dot. We entered the trade. Then we had a big buyer come in at 57 contracts against put support. Once that order executed, this is why big trades is very important, because you can literally see the moment that the trap happens. The buyer who bought right here thinking breakout for a higher high got stuffed. Boom, roll over, right? And he didn't know that, but the reason why I was looking to short was because everything was bearish. All time frames are bearish. All of them. Even though the market structure is bullish on a daily, in a 4-hour, and on 1 hour, everything is bullish. There's a big difference between market structure and time frame opens, right? The opening time frames, the opening prints. You can be bullish market-wise, market structure-wise, but bearish in terms of real-time price. And what's happening? They're hitting the bid. They're taking out the bid. Non-stop. Look at my book. You can't. I don't know if you can see this drive. Over here. Look at that. Look at that crazy sweep. There was an aggressive seller who just came in and took out the entire book. They swept the entire book. And that was like a lot of contracts. I mean, a lot. Look, 377 executed alone right at 647. And then we have another sweep happening. And then another sweep happening. So these guys are being pretty aggressive today. They took out the overnight low. That was the mission, right? So that was where price wanted to go. So now that we've taken out the overnight low, the next question we ask ourselves is, what's next? Where are we going next? Right? What's next? And I swear, literally trading is just that, right? It's just asking ourselves, where's price going? Okay, like what's the objective? And once it gets there, it's like, okay, cool. What's next? So we've cracked 700s. We're now beginning to build some base. We're beginning to base down here, as you can see underneath the opening range low. It's our 4-hour chart right there. We're testing our 21 moving average on the 4-hour. Yes, I use moving averages. Why do I use moving averages? I don't use them the way you think, like most people use them. Well, they'll be buying pullbacks off the moving averages. It's because I know that most of the time that price is going to use these levels to attract buyers. This is where likely people are going to try to buy. You can participate with that too, but it takes more than that for me to be a buyer. And it also tells me when sellers can't succeed, right? You can just see how the sellers are trying. Every time they try against the 21, they just haven't been able to succeed. At least on the higher time frame. The hourly, they just displaced right through it like butter. but that's also because we're not trending. We're ranging. We're in a consolidation right now. Remember that low that we talked about to open, the start, the pivot is 563. So anything above 563 means that we're still market structure wise intact, right? Bullish, still bullish. And what we have happening right now is we're just in this consolidation right here. So this is just this is a range to me. We're just in a consolidation. So when we're in a range, what does price do? Well, breakouts fail. So you'll see breakouts below the range fail, breakouts above the range fail, right? Until eventually one side gives up. And it looks like one side's about to give up. I mean, this 1 hour candle closes in 9 minutes. I know we have news at 10 o'clock, so that's something to consider too, right? So this could just be simply a chance for the bigger institutions to reload longs on news. So they're using this dump potentially to refill, to get better pricing. You can tell because they're getting filled. Look at the size that's getting filled on at the bid. So you can see that there. So obviously someone's accumulating orders here, and this is too expensive, so they're going to go lower, go into discount to try to look for optimal prices. How about I just throw my profile on this chart here too? Okie dokes. Let's go days. I like to use a rolling 5 days. I should probably do more than 5 days on the hourly chart. But caught some pretty nice trades today, low stress so far. And so right now what we got going on here going into the 10 o'clock hour. So they're building a lot of volume around this area. Obviously this is going to be the peak volume of the session most of the time, 9:30ish, unless there's like really big news or catalyst. So I just want to see where that POC ends up, and it's actually right here at 640. So it's interesting. We'll see if they end up holding that 640 level or 650s. Well, it's taking a while to load. Let me only put maybe the last 10 days. Period value. Labels, get rid of that one. All right, I'll let that thing load. So just keep your eye on this overnight low 65s or 62.50. We'll just call 650, right? When I reference numbers, the way I like to do is just look at the round numbers, so quarter levels. So let's see if they're going to be able to get away from this opening range low. But they're beginning to consolidate here. I'm getting a lot of volume here being built at this area. So the next question is, okay, so once this candle closes in 5 minutes, we'll just take score. We'll just look at the scoreboard. So what was the scoreboard for the 9:30 candle, the 9:30 auction? Well, sellers dominated, right? And we have so the reason why 10 o'clock is so important is because we have multiple time frames closing and starting at the same time, right? You have the 4-hour candle opening, brand new one, right? You have, if you're using Globex hours, and you have the hourly and you have the 30-minute. Those are like the most important time frames, right? 15-minute. So everything is aligned at the start of 10 o'clock. And then after the first 15 minutes, first 30 minutes, then we start seeing divergence across time frames. It's very nice when it immediately all just goes in sync, but that's also very rare that it goes in sync all at once, all at the same time. So usually one time frame will start kind of pulling back against the other time frame. And that's why it's usually good to wait 15 minutes after the 4-hour candle, the new 4-hour candle. So like 10 o'clock, wait for like 15-20 minutes so you can start seeing if there's alignment between the lower time frame and higher time frame. So where are we right now in terms of gamma? There's really we're still hanging out this negative gamma, major positive level here. Major negative level here at 680. So they've just been holding here. We're below 0 gamma. So price hasn't really been doing much down here. So we're just kind of consolidating down below. And if these guys want to keep staying heavy, I mean, the next target would be that 563 that we talked about on the hourly chart there. But let's see if they're going to be able to get some movement here outside this range. So when we're basing like this, just I wouldn't be shorting anymore. Now look at the Enzo bands. Like the Enzo bands are telling us that we're compressing right now. So when we have a compression, look at the bands right before news. So we went from big to small. This is probably going to stay like this till about 10 o'clock. So when we see the compression like that, just know that you can't really anticipate much, but it does mean that this is getting ready to, it's coiling up, that we're probably going to start seeing expansion here soon. So let's see. That I'm waiting for that 30-minute candle to close. And if you look at the 30-minute candle, it's obviously going to close red. It's going to close red. Obviously. Yeah, they're testing 700s again. If you guys haven't already, hit the like button. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. That's gross. We're over here killing it today on the live stream, catching waves, catching moves. All day, every day. All right, let's see what they're gonna do here. We got a new 30-minute candle. We got news in 2 minutes, gang. So far, we've got a nice. This is probably the biggest move I've seen as far as sellers are concerned here since yesterday till today. But let's see if there's going to be any type of follow through. But remember, we're still in a bullish market structure on the hourly and the 4 hour. Right? Let's not forget that. We're back inside the opening range. We're reclaiming. We're going to test put support again here. And what I mentioned, when those bands compress, they're going to try to expand again. Price can't, price doesn't like to stay like this for too long. At least, I mean, it depends on what time frame you're looking at, of course. But it compressed, and now it's already beginning to force these bands open here. And they're loading up. They're pushing higher. Okay, new 30-minute. There's the news release. Which way are we going to go? So our prior 30-minute POC is at 700s. Okay. So let's see if they get a retest of 700s here. 30-minute POC 700. There's that 10 o'clock open. It's a battle right now. Let's see which way they're going to go. Let's see if they can spike up one time. That'd be nice. Or maybe the buyers are going to fail here again. Or are they going to finally take control of this auction? You know, the issue is the 4-hour candle that just closed is a candle 3. What's a candle 3? It takes out both sides of the range. So when it takes out both sides of the range, there's actually, to me, it's just a reset. It doesn't mean bearish or bullish. It just means you're cleaning the slate, right? So when you see an outside bar like that, or outside candle where it takes out the top end of the bottom on a smaller time frame, what that basically looks like is a broadening formation where they ran to highs. They were creating higher highs at one point, and then they're creating lower lows. You can actually see it on the 30-minute chart. Sorry, guys, I can't put a 30-minute chart. I don't have it programmed on my little stream thing here. Probably should, but I figure 4-hour, 1 hour, 1 minute, all that should be sufficient, right? All right, so let's see if these guys are going to rotate to the other side of the range now. So we'll see. So remember what I mentioned, how when we're in a consolidation, when we're in a range, let's go to the 1-hour chart again, because you can see it pretty clearly. I highlighted what I like to do is highlight the box or use a box and then just encapsulate the highest closes inside the range. So it would be like right here. This would be the lowest close. This would be the highest close. So that's the actual volume, right? That is where we've seen actual closes and opens of price. The wicks are just probes, right? But just notice how the bodies stay inside. Even this 1 hour, we went all the way outside and closed back inside the range. And now we're testing the middle of this range, right? So that's important. So let's just draw a little, let me actually do that. Let's draw a little range with a little middle line. Some voodoo. All right, yeah, I think that's good. Some voodoo. Magic lines. Hey, you guys are quiet today. Not much here in the chat. 10 o'clock news obviously is nothing special. I mean, there's new home sales. Sometimes it has some impact, sometimes it doesn't. But in this case, we're not really seeing much. Let's see. So now all the time frames are above its open. We've got 15-minute above its open, 30-minute above its open, 1 hour above its open, and 4 hour above its open. Does that mean you should buy? Only if you have the right entry pattern. This is not a good place to buy. Buying here is just, to me, is just not the right move. How I would be a buyer is if we get back under the 10 o'clock open and reclaim. I always want to wait for a reclaim after we have an extension like this, right? So if you look at a 1 minute chart or even the Renko chart here, you can see we have an extension. We're extending higher. So you don't want to buy at the top, right? You want to be buying the retracements or the deeper or the pullbacks. In this case, let price just do what it needs to do, and you just run the risk of it going all the way without you. But just know that that doesn't happen most of the time, right? Where price just rips all the way nonstop. It happens probably like 5% of the time. If you were to look at the last 30, 60, 90 days, where you get no retracement, just a continuous one single candle reversal all the way on a higher time frame. Like usually on the lower time frame, you're going to get pullbacks. So we are getting back above put support. They just took out these guys here who were in the money. So they just ran these highs, these stops. I mean, if it does fail, I do like the idea of shorting. You know, I do like the idea of shorting. There's also a VWAP too. And we're testing the mid of the opening range. So watch what happens here, 750s. And then the 1 hour is testing the middle of this range, but we've already ran the bottom of the range. So that's my problem. Unless this is actually going to break out, usually after we take one side of the range, we go back to the middle and then try to get back to the other side. So I'm wondering if that's what they're going to do. It's like a slingshot or a pendulum swing, right? We go from one side to the other side, back to the other side, back to the other side, until one side wins. Until one side wins. And our POC is, I did mention that before, 700s. Or 700. They're trying to stack the bid here. Someone's trying to stack a bid. Let's see if they're going to be able to get the result. Usually it's a scam. When you see price up and then they start stacking the bid at the high, it's a scam. Usually. But I don't know. What do I know? Watching 75. There's the big buyer. Let's see if we can sell. Let's see if we can sell one, huh? Let's see. Take a starter position. $125 contracts. Is this guy going to be, is this a real? I'm just looking for a pullback to maybe our 700 level again. Holding 75s. Full bear on every time frame. We're also above the daily open. So I'm probably going to cut that. If we don't crack here, I'm going to cut it. 75. Watching 75. How they handle 75. They're testing 75 right now. Are they going to hold 75? Are they going to hold 75? So far, there's a seller's trying once. Buyers are taking it out. It's helpful. Look at the book map. I like that's where I actually watch the sellers try and buyers try and fail. Got a bid there for 30 contracts. Let's see if they can take the bid. Remember what I said? They were stacking the bid. It's a scam. That's what I said, but I could be wrong. You know, maybe it's for real. I'm in short. Let's see. They're still holding. Watch in here. Buyers come back in again. Okay. It kind of looks like they want to take it up higher. I don't know. Just hanging out here. Just waiting. They keep defending 75, so buyers are trying again one more time here. We're buying against every time frame right now, so it's not really the move. Sellers failed again here at 75, so they failed twice already. So there's our HVL level, rejecting our HVL. This is kind of where I'm going to cut the trade if it starts accepting above the HVL level. So that's our gamma level there at 790s. Nasty rejection there. I like that. That's nice. I like it. We got some sellers coming in. Let's see if we can get back under 75s. And then we trapped enough buyers up here where we should get some type of like little pullback. There's zero gamma now. Let's see if we can get a move back to maybe, I don't know, the opening print. Maybe, maybe not. No. Buyers are defending. They're staying heavy here. Or it's not heavy. They're staying firm. Well, what's going on here? Look at the book map. Look at the book map. They just got a lower high there. Let's see if they're going to bust through it. All I know is I wouldn't want to be a buyer at this level. We're back under 75s. Can we stay under 75s, guys? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yes. There's a displacement. Can we get a flip now? I need a volatility band flip. If they get above 75 again, I don't want to be in the trade. We're still holding up. They reclaimed 75 again. One more time. Buyers are trying again. Let's see if they're going to hold it. So far, the sellers have been struggling here to keep price under 75s. Bid for 66 contracts. They just took it out right away. There's sellers here. They're active. Just may not be ready yet. Yeah, I'm going to cut the trade, guys. It didn't do what I needed it to do when I needed it to do it, if that makes sense. So I just took my little cut. All good. All good in the hood. Doesn't mean we can't eventually get back in. But it's just I need to see it actually fail here. So far, they've been defending 75. So that means that if they keep defending 75, like the way they're defending it, then maybe that's not the level yet, right? Maybe the buyers are not exhausted enough. They're not exhausted enough. Oh, they're looking tired, though. They are looking tired. Just gotta wait. It's fine. Take my little paper cut there. We're back under 75 again. Let's see if we can actually stay under 75 this time. If they can close under 75. Oh, watching. Watching. Oh, they swept it again. They've not been able to get under 75 and stay under. They're under it right now, but let's see. Okay. No, saved again. Let's see if these guys are gonna freaking exhaust here. So we're in short. Let's just see now, watching the 75 level. We're still holding it up. Small cuts, guys. When you're wrong, just be wrong quick. Be wrong quick. I know it may feel weird to be like getting out of a trade and then re-entering, but what we're trying to do is just be. I know you really can't time the market, but we're trying to time the market to time the move. All right, doesn't look like they're gonna give up, these guys. Feels like they want to squeeze. There's the buyer. So when we see a large buyer like that, one of two things will happen. It's either going to get follow through or they're going to trap and then they exhaust. It's almost like they just gave their last burst of energy and then they exhaust. And then we see usually, well, that's one scenario. The other scenario is they can continuously move higher because these guys are actually absorbing all the sellers. But what's happening, in my opinion, is both sides are getting absorbed, right? The buyers are getting absorbed at the highs, sellers are getting absorbed at the lows. Oh, they just closed under 75 for the first time. Let's see if they're going to be able to get back above. Yeah, immediately back above. 15-minute bar about to open here in 45 seconds. We'll see what kind of effect that's going to have on price here, if they're going to use that to squeeze higher. The level to watch is 55 or 50s. All right, we got our flip. Now, can these boys stay heavy under 75? We're in short and we're holding it, baby. Let's go. Holding this thing maybe back down to the low, opening range low, if we can get a flip on the 30-minute candle. So that means we got to get under 732s. If we can get under 732s, then that 30-minute goes from green to red. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? Come on, guys. Let it be Christmas today. There's 65 ticks. Oh, 100 ticks. Let's take a partial there. Take a contract off. Stops at 75s. Just in case they want to reclaim 75. We did it again. Well, let's see if we can stay now. It could just be a pullback and then they take it for another leg up. This would be an acceptable pullback to get long into, to be honest, right? I mean, if you have the bias to get long. All right, my trail got tagged. All good. All good. I caught my little scalp. There's the continuation move. Let's see if they give a continuation move here. There's my dot, so I just got long on the dot. Let's see now. They got to get above 790, so. And if we do, then this is going to be, I'm going to be looking for rotation of the range back to 844s. So 844s would be my target. Our opening range high. Let's go. Come on. Come on, boys. Push. Break through 790. Break through 790. We have 100 contracts on the offer at 800s. Can we get back through 800s? Oh, everything is bullish though, so that's good. But I don't like it. They rejected again. Well, maybe it's not done yet, huh? Let's see. Watching my Renko chart, we should not break below our volatility band, which is that green line here. You see that traces price. And if it does, then I cut, man. I cut. Yeah. Okay, this is their chance. Come on, buyers. What are we doing? What are we doing? Come on, give us a little bit more. Back under 75 again. This was that level. Come on. Oh, careful. Oh, they're struggling here. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do here? Feels dangerous here. I feel like I'm living on the edge right here at 75. Feels dangerous. No. Oh, I'm out. I'm out. I am out of that. It looks like an M pattern, but I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it, gang. All right, so I got stopped on that one. That's fine. So if they break this low here, this becomes an M pattern reversal, and then we look for price to actually come all the way back down to these lows. But they could also trap here, and then, well, the other thing to consider too is we're right there, the open print, right? So we are probably going to get a retest of that. But put support right here, 740. So remember, that was used as resistance. So let's see if they use it as support now. But 15-minute is currently bearish, but let's see. Let's see if they're going to reclaim this here. Watching price here. Watching price here. Might be a short if they don't reclaim. 75. I'm going to go short again and stops above 75. They reclaim 75 again. I'm out for short this time. And I will kill the idea of trying to short this thing. But those buyers had the chance. They literally had the chance to take control right there, and they didn't do it. So that's why I'm flipping to short. Plus, I got my little M pattern. So let's see if this 30-minute test here, we can test this open print right here, this tan line at 732s. Let's see what they do here. They've not gotten through the lows yet, but let's see if we get some displacement. 5-minute looks like it's trying to gear up here off its fair value gap. Oh shit, are they gonna bust through? What are they gonna do? Living on the edge here. 760s are POC of the session, and the current 30-minute POC is at 75s. So 75s is that level. Feels like a trappy trap. I don't want them to take out this high right here. Let's get rid of the book maps a bit. It's a bit annoying right now. Come on, give me a lower low. There we go. Now we got to get through this 9:30 opening print. I mean, 9:30, 10 o'clock opening price, which have not been able to do yet. We haven't tested it yet. 15 minutes still bearish, so that's a good sign. We're under the 15-minute open, which is at 62s, but these buyers keep absorbing. Mm-hmm. You're back at 75s. Are they going to be able to get above 75? Still in the trade. We're still in the trade. I should cut it though, because they're trying. But we haven't. We got to see. I got to see a closure back above 75 for me to be like, okay, okay. I'm still in it. We're still in the thing. Come on, boys. What are we doing here? You're playing with 750. Give me another flip back down. Come on. This trade's too difficult. It's like hard for nothing, right? It's like we shouldn't even be in this trade. It's just being a pain in the ass. The type of trades we want to be in is where it resolves immediately because there's follow through, there's momentum. Right now we're in that situation where price is indecisive. $15-minute back bullish now. Jeez, what are you guys gonna do here? All right, these guys are staying persistent. Still in it though, because we haven't seen the break back up. I see the buyers not able to get the reclaim of 75. That's what I'm seeing. I could be seeing the wrong thing, but I'm seeing the buyers exhaust at these highs is what I'm seeing. So we built a base in this area. Now we're building another base in this area. Get real tight here. So we've already tested the band down here. And if they take this guy out right here, we do have VWAP down below and the 930 open. So we'll see. Watching it, if they can get to the open print at least. If they can give us a test of this, if they take out this guy right here, then the next area I'd be interested in is 700s, which is our prior 30-minute POC. So we're holding put support as support. We're holding put support as support, which is this 740 level. The big seller just came in. Hopefully we get a reaction to the downside, not the upside. Because if we get a big seller and then price cannot go lower, then that's kind of not a good thing for us. $750 still holding a support. They are defending the hell out of 750. Still in my short. So every time frame is bullish except for the daily and the 15-minute right now. So 4 hour, 1 hour, 30-minute, they're all above its open. So once we get below 732s, then that changes the whole game, right? That means sellers take control of the complete auction. Right now it's 3 out of 5. So it's mixed, bullish. But they're vulnerable. The buyers are vulnerable here. We get under 732, they're vulnerable. All the algos will kick in. This is why it's like consolidating right above the open. Is this it? Oh boy, are they breaking out now? This could be it. Watching. Added some more on my short. Let's see. If I added more, so I'm just shorting on these pops. Unless we start getting strong closures again above 75. We got 3 minutes left, 2 minutes left for the 10:30 candle to close. $750 has not been able to accept below. They've been defending it nonstop, right? Let's see if we can get a first targets here at our open print. Hopefully. Zero gamma, put support. Oh man, these guys are still holding up. All right, probably need to cut this trade here, gang. 75 is that level. Let's see. One more time. They're gonna try to get 75 again. Okay, they got a strong break above 61s. Is there gonna be follow through here? Looks like they're gonna give it. They're gonna try to take out 75. Let's see. Okay, they're back above 75. Are they gonna take out these highs now? Probably gonna cut this trade. I'm out of my trade, guys. I took the cut just in case it squeezes at the new 30-minute open. They couldn't get it. So the 30-minute, those guys were able to hold the level 750. So now let's see if they're going to sustain the move. I don't think so, to be honest, but you know, I could be wrong. Watching again. Okay, I'll give it a shot one more time, guys. I'm gonna get back in short. I cut it just in case they squeezed at the open of the 30-minute. So 30-minute immediately opened it below its opening price. So let's see if it stays heavy here. Watching it for the retest of the prior 30-minute open now to see if they can actually get through it right here. So we're holding, so we already made back most of the money that we just took the cut on. But we need to see price stay under 750s. Put support is acting as support. So 740 is acting as support, but I'm short. We're back underneath our POC from the last 30 minutes. I like that. We like that. Can we stay under? So they got the retest of the prior 30-minute open, but we need to get under it. We need to see price stay under it. I want that hourly candle to get bearish, go from green to red. So right now, only 4 hour, 1 hour is green. $50 still holding his support. These boys cannot get a freaking breakdown here. Gotta be careful here. They're reclaiming, or they're trying to. We're back inside the middle of this range. Look at a 1 minute chart. This is what we're dealing with right here, this area. Notice how they haven't really been able to close too much above that level. 2 bars up, close back in, 1 bar up, close back in, 1 bar up, close back in. So we're just like really in this narrow range here. And then we couldn't really get any closes underneath 75s or 750s. We got 1 close, 2 close, and immediately back up. So it's 50-50 in this area right now. So the best thing to do is literally just wait for price to make a decision, rather than trying to be in this move predicting a decision. Right? That's probably the better move to take. So I'm gonna cut that and just wait and stop trying to trade this range, because there is no winner yet. No winner yet. Is that rejection again? Are they going to hold it? Feels like it feels like these guys are just like holding these lows at 75, 750. So I don't know. You see how they just keep buying off 750, but they still can't get above 75. They still can't accept above 75. So we know we have to take one side out. We've already taken out the opening range low, but we haven't taken out the opening range high. The IB is set, and we're actually above the midpoint of the initial balance. And put support is acting as support. All the time frames, how many time frames? 3 out of 5 are bullish at the moment. But we also haven't been able to get back above the opening price here. Look, they're testing it right now, the 1030 open, and they are rejecting it. We need to see some type of like aggression in one direction. So far, we've seen right over here that the sellers did get aggressive, but they got absorbed. And this is why I don't like to short anymore, because those sellers failed to get that follow through. So it's a failed follow through on the sell side. But we also haven't seen follow through on the buy side. So that's why I'm saying there's no edge here. There's no edge. We've got major positive up above at 808. We got a new offer for 100 contracts at 790s. Sellers, this right here to me would be a seller failure. Right there, that big down candle here. A seller failure. They couldn't suppress price. And then you see the seller here try again, and it feels like he's going to get squeezed out. But it's a tough situation right now. So just need to wait a little bit. Just wait. It feels like they want to squeeze though. It feels like they want to take it out. So the current 30-minute just came back to retest the prior 30-minute open. And now we're trading at the current 30 minutes open print at 77. So 75 obviously has been a level of resistance where the buyers have not been able to do anything. And then we just see another reaction off of it right now. So let's see now if the sellers are going to get absorbed or if they're actually exhausted. The buyers are done here, because that was the opportunity. But let's see what happens here. Let's see if they get absorbed again. Try one. We'll just try one. We're in short now. Let's see if these guys get absorbed here. I cut right away. That rejection right there off 75 again. I mean, that's kind of why I decided, okay. But again, if these guys get absorbed in the next 1 to 2 minutes, I'm out. We out here. And then I look like a fool, getting fooled 3 times. Chop is brutal. I agree. That's why you trade small. And then when you know you're right, then you size up. That's the secret hack. That's the secret hack. That's how you know, technically how I'm able to do pretty well, because I'll start with a few. If I'm wrong, I cut it, small cut. Then when I'm right, I try to be right with size and big win, right? Big move. But these guys are absorbing the sellers again, bro. Come on. Ooh, 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 ooh. The problem is the buyer, the position to be a buyer looks too safe. It looks too clean, right? You see how they keep all the edges very nicely organized at 750? That's not normal. We need to see price like break through it. The only time I think it'd feel acceptable is once they like displace through all these buyers, stops, and then they reclaim, then you can buy. So until then, that's why I'm like, kind of like, I want to short it. But at the same time, sellers are getting absorbed as well. So, let's see, watching the buyers here stepping back in once again. See what happens here in 40 seconds. 40 seconds, watching the Renko chart. This is where the Renko chart can be helpful because you don't get caught up on all these little watching the time frame. So now we got only two. So we got 3 out of 5 bearish right now. So we need to get under 730s for every time frame to get bearish. So put support is being a pain in the ass. Oh, I like that. I like that. So 1 minute, we got a green candle that closed, but couldn't close back above 75. You see that? That's interesting. 750s. But the sellers have not gotten any movement below 750. All right. I want to see price get below this put support at 740, but we're not able to. It's holding up. Nice. I like that. Look at the 1 minute chart. We got a pretty nice close away from 750s. Now I just need to see price stay away from 750. If we can stay away from 750, we close underneath the IB mid. Then I want to see a break of 25, and then we get back to 700 POC from what time was that? 10 o'clock or the 9:30 POC. There we go. Let's go. Can we get that acceptance below? Price needs to accept below 750s. Come on. Let me not celebrate too early. This is the new. We got a new 15-minute candle opening up here in 30 seconds, and that could change the whole auction. Well, this could still be a long. You know what I mean? Because they took out that nice little clean edge here where all the buyers are getting long. So they got all stopped out. So this could be a chance for them to reload longs, right? And then from there take it back up. Ugh, that 5-minute is ugly. New 15-minute candle here. Let's see. If they reclaim 750s, that'll be no fun. I'm still short. I'm still short. Think it's got extreme here outside the band. Let's see. Okay, they're trying to make an attempt here at 750 again. Are they going to succeed on the reclaim of 750? Got my finger on the close button in case they do, guys. In case they do. Buyers are trying to buy this up. You can see the book map here. Oop. There you go. It just took out 750 again. Can they hold 750? Look, a large offer just came in at 60s. And are they taking it out? What are they going to do here? Okay, looks like they're going to take this thing back up to 75. Yeah. Sellers fail to hold below 750. So buyers taking control. So probably means it's time to get out of this short here. Only thing is, like, we're still not above the 30-minute open. Like, that 30-minute open is still technically bearish. But every time frame is bullish right now. So are we going to get a squeeze through? I'm still in my short because I'm only like down 50 ticks. But they are trying to pop here. Testing 75 again. Probably cut this trade, guys. Watching 75. 30 minutes about to flip bullish. Yeah. I think what's going to happen here, 75. They did a good job trapping me underneath the open print of the 10 a.m. Okay, we're out. Taking the cut, guys. Taking the cut. The clue on this, honestly, like as soon as this happened, I should have been out. After we had this displacement below 75s and then they reclaimed it once, twice, I should have just cut the trade. And then, you know, just wait. Like I said, I would. So we just got to see if they're going to finally clear 75s, which is also the opening price. Five-minute now expanding through its, or just going to try to expand here through the high. So now every time frame is bullish. So let's see if they're going to be able to hold now above 77s. We got 10 minutes left on this 30-minute candle. So I wonder if this next 30-minute candle at 11 is going to give us expansion back up. 5-minute strong close up there on the 5-minute chart. I'm not buying these highs. The long would have been technically on the reclaim of this level right there. Right? That would have been the entry, but I was holding my shorts. Look at how they reject 75 again. Man, these punks. Rejected again off the opening print. Oh my goodness. There it goes. Let's see if we actually can clear 75 now. Jeez, what a mission that was. The good news is my trade data, I'm going to be uploading this into my AI journal, and the journal is going to tell me, hey Max, looks like you have high trade density when you're in a consolidation. Yeah. It's kind of cool because, you know, when you're trading, sometimes the only thing that you pay attention to is your P&L, and then you don't realize your patterns, your behavior patterns. And so since we're trading, we're training the AI for the journal as well as the market intelligence, so the real-time analysis of what's happening, play by play. It's going to literally take your trades or my trades, identify all the patterns, compare it against what was happening in the market real time, and then from there give an actual game plan to remedy your issue if it's a pattern, if it's an ongoing pattern. So over like, you know, X couple days, couple weeks, couple months, unless you're really detailed about tracking your own data and you have that, you know, you're able to see all your patterns and stuff like that. Here we go. They're breaking out now. So that was pretty cool how they did that. Unfortunately, I was shorting. I should have been a little bit, should have started looking for the longs, but that's okay. It was pretty tricky. It's pretty tricky. Could have gone the other way, but you know, again, the hourly time frame still bullish. 4 hours bullish. You know, so that's what it was. But it doesn't mean that's what it is. Let's see. So price right now is digging into a 30-minute overhead resistance area. Let's see if they're going to be able to clear this. We have 7 minutes left on this 10 o'clock. Sorry, 11, yeah, 10 o'clock hour. So we'll be looking now at the 11 o'clock hour, and that will probably be my last trades that I do. So this last auction, lost money, right? Took losses, was not good. Could have took some partials, but unfortunately didn't, and then end up taking the losses there. But other trades were pretty epic. We did catch some pretty good moves back to back. So right here, starting at 10 o'clock, this is what we were dealing with. Just got to remember, when you're in a freaking consolidation, you just got to buy low, sell high, buy low. You don't want to buy the momentum trades, right? Like you don't want to buy these breakouts like that. These breakouts fail in a range. I think the other thing too that's also worth acknowledging is put support. So put support was resistance at 9:30. They used it. Let's get rid of this. They used put support as resistance right here. That's what led to the lower low, created a low base so far. And then they used it as support right here, here, and here. So put support ended up becoming a RBS. Resistance becomes support. 790 still hard level here. These guys have been rejecting, so we just hit 800s, smacked 800s. Let's see if they're gonna be able to get through 800s. 5 minute looks like it's trying to gear up here to take out the opening range high. Let's see, 800s 4-hour chart looks like it's firming up. Coming back to test this prior range high. What's this price on the 4-hour chart? 817s, 820s. Swing. So at level 750 was defended. If they get back under 750, let's see what happens. But they're still holding up here, 800s now. Let's see if they're going to be able to get above 800 and accept above 800s. So far, we're rejecting 800s. Remember, when you're in a consolidation, breakouts fail most of the time until the real breakout occurs. Be very careful here, because these buyers did just try to break out above the range. Now, let's see if they're going to be able to stay above the range. A crack back inside 750 would warrant a possible failure by the buyers here. We also have a 30-minute resistance level here. We have a bunch of levels here. So the 90 level is a level, very important, worth noting, and a major positive of the 807s. We're getting back inside this range. Watching here if they're going to hold this pullback. Or is it over? Are we done? Or the buyers... Look at the range here on the 1 minute. This could be a failure swing here. Let's see. We're back at 75s. Will it hold the support? I do like the idea of a failure swing here. We got to be careful. They're still technically holding up. Is this the new 30-minute here? In the next 1 minute, we have another 30-minute candle here. And it could be a situation where if we don't get back above this range, these guys might exhaust here. So these guys are the last level of support. So 75s, underneath the 75s, or I should say this level, this pivot, if we do not hold this pivot, right? This does not happen like that. Then I would think that the buyers are done. I would think that the buyers might be done. So we'll see. The new 30-minute candle just opened up. Above this line, we bullish. Below this line, that's a weakness for buyers. What's that price? 785s. $30-minute candle was terrible how it closed. That was ugly. I'd be looking for, if this fails here. So if this is going to hold, then obvious targets are going to be opening range high, IB high. If it fails, then we'll look for another move back to the other side of the range and then assess from there. But so far, they're holding it up. We get a closure above this down close candle here. This could lead to a retest of this high. So we'll see. Right now, watching. But that 30-minute, look at that 30-minute chart. Brutal. Looking for the short, to be honest, guys. Looking forward to the short, to be honest. We'll see what happens here at 675s. If this fails, this becomes a failed breakout in a range. They're testing the opening price. This is the moment of truth for buyers. They got a support price here at 75. Let's see. Still holding up. Holding that moving average at 21. Back inside the range, but we need to get back out if this is going to be a long. I prefer the short, but well, you know, every time frame is technically above its open at the moment, but that can change. We're right there at 76.25, so we'll see if they're going to continue to hold and defend 76.25. That's the actual opening price. 30-minute open. Come on, just a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to give it a shot right here. This will be my last trade here for the stream. And then we'll be out of here. I wanted to see preferably a close back under 75s and these lows here at 769.50. We haven't got it yet. Okay, we're still holding 75. Watching this 30-minute chart. If we can get a move lower and take out the prior 30-minute low. So I'm in short gang. Remember, I got cut up on the last 30-minute auction trying to short this thing. But now that we've broken out of a range and we've failed to hold outside of the range, to me, this is becoming a failed breakout. And when breakouts fail, just look for price to move back to the middle of the range and or the other side of the range. So now this is going to become my entire area here. So we're in short right now. Let's see. Let's see if we can get it to the other side of the range. Come on, boys. Let's go. Boys and girls, let's go. Let's trap them buyers. We got that closure back under 75. It's looking pretty good, guys. Now I just need to see price back under the 4-hour open, which is at 732. So if we get back underneath 732s, and I'm holding this thing for probably the low day. I'm going to take partials, of course, but I'm going to be holding my runners for low day, which will be 29,636s. So the next target I'm going to take is going to be at put support, 740s. There's 100 ticks. Let's go. Come on now. Let's tighten up a little bit here. I'm going to take my partial right there, put support. Can you give it to me, guys? Come on, just a little bit more. Let's go. You can do it. I believe in you. Is that 75? Yeah. Come on. Hey, there's put support. There's 130 ticks. Let's see if we can get through put support. Take out that low. I'm going to take one contract off right now. Actually, 2 contracts off. So what does this play? It is a failed breakout. So remember, breakouts fail inside of a range, guys. We're in positive gamma. So when we're in positive gamma, anticipate that you're going to see this type of mean reversion price action. So now if we start getting and accepting back underneath our middle of the IB here, which is at 737s. By the way, all our indicators plot all this stuff for you, so you don't actually have to do all this. Then we start looking for a move back to IB low. That's the move. That's the play right there. So we're good. We caught it. We caught it. Hit the like button. Hit the like button there. But we're still not out of the woods yet. We got to clear put support. We got to clear put support. Let me throw that on the 1 minute chart here. And we also, this is actually settlement as well, right? So we got our settlement levels here. What is this here? Where's my put support? There we go. There we go. All righty. So once they started cracking below the middle of the range after breaking out, that was it, gang. That was it. So we got to clear some support here. We got some support levels right here. So just be careful with that. And then, of course, we got this nice area here. All these buyers here. Just be careful with that. We're holding 190 ticks. That 30-minute candle is exploding to the downside. Every time frame is bearish. We have time frame alignment. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Because I'm not sucking right now. I was sucking 30 minutes ago, but now I'm not sucking. Yay to not sucking. Let's go. All right. Let's stay heavy under put support, guys. Let's not reclaim put support. That 30-minute candle is taking out that low. Man, I'd be so annoyed if they start compressing now on the 30-minute chart. It would just be nice if they would just start give us a trend on a higher time frame. See, this is the thing. When the higher time frame, hour, 4 hour, 30-minute is like not trending, I mean, it's cool if you have the right strategy. In this case, it's going to be mean reversion, buy low, sell high off the Enzo band. That's what I use, right? But then when the higher time frame is trending, then all you got to do is just trade momentum. Just like, okay, cool, I'm just going to sell because it immediately keeps going, especially when you're in negative gamma, which we are right now, by the way. We just flipped negative gamma. So let's see if we start seeing some acceleration through these lows. We're up 240 ticks. IB lows the target. I need some sound effects. Hit a button and be like, do, 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 do. All right. That 1 hour is bearish. Look at that 1 hour. Those buyers got stuck at the middle of the range on the 1 hour chart. Look at that. See, this is why my little magic line here was important. They tried to close outside, couldn't. Buyers came back in, up, and look at right where they closed was the middle of this consolidation. Start drawing your ranges like me, and you'll have magic lines on your chart. No, I'm just kidding. Now we're below the low of this prior 1 hour buyer with this green candle. See, he's trapped. So now if we can get through this and stay underneath, what's this price? This 1 hour low, 717s, easy 60. We get a retest of 66.5s. But again, our target's going to be our IB low. So we're holding 250 ticks right now. Look at my win. My win is bigger than my losses. I took losses, guys, earlier, right? I took losses. But look at how I'm holding these winners, taking my partial, right? Pay myself a little bit. And then now, just hold as long as you can. Hold. These boys better not pop from here, man. This better not be a broadening formation down. I'll be so annoyed. I swear, if this market needs to open up a bit, right? We need to start getting some momentum. There we go. There we go. Can we get under 700s? Can we get under 700s? It's a pretty dope entry, man. That was what you call a failed W, guys. Failed W pattern. I'm going to call that play the F bar. Failed break above the range. It's one of the first trades you have to learn. Failed breakouts in a range. That's a nice. All right, we're holding this for the 30-minute auction, bro. After that consolidation, this should give us a nice second leg down on the 30-minute chart. But we're holding 250 ticks of profit. We're killing it right now. We're back in business. We're back into business. Okay. We're accepting below put support, looking for a displacement now. 636s, so we can get out of this trade and be done. What time is it right now? Need my second cup of coffee. Let's go. Yo, if this thing breaks below the opening range low, next targets become 29,500. But I don't know. Our expected move low would be 29,384s. Our expected move high is 30,143. We're literally right in the mid. Five minutes trying to pull back. They're trying to do a pullback on the 5-minute chart here. I want to like add more contracts to my short. If we can get some buyer failure here, maybe what I could just do is take my profits and then try to add some more. But don't want to do that either because we may run the risk of this thing not even getting a meaningful pop. As long as that 30-minute is that far, what's the percentage away from our open print here? About 0.25%. So that's what I call acceptance. Acceptance below it's open. You know, it's interesting too, is the last 30-minute delta was actually negative overall. Interesting. So even though the market broke out, it was actually more negative. It was more selling than buying on that breakout. That's important information. See, that's the type of details that our AI is going to be able to bring to our attention. So that way we're not missing certain things that are important. It's only important when you have a breakout outside of a range. You want to see, is that breakout being bought with positive volume, Are they aggressively buying? And if they are, do they continue to support? In this case, it actually ended up being on negative volume. So there was delta divergence there. And that makes sense why we ended up failing, because somebody was actually just loading the boat to get short. Let's see if we can get back under 700. This was our 930 POC. So at 930, this is where all the volume occurred. And this is where people got trapped underneath. So but let's just keep it simple. I mean, this price is just right now making its excursion expansion to the downside. Every time frame is bearish. It says it right there at the bottom there. It says full bear. Notice it says 2D on the 30-minute, 2D on the 15-minute. That means we have trend bars on the 30-minute and 15-minute. We're negative gamma right now. We got major negative down below at the opening range low again at 678. So I may take another contract off. We're holding 300 ticks right now of profit. So let's see. We're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. I just need to see 700 just kind of get cleared out here. But I do need to be aware that, hey, this level was our POC for 930. Was it? Let me just make sure I'm right. Yeah, it was. It was. They're trying real hard here to support price. I'm going to take one contract off here at this POC from 930, just in case, and just leave the runner on. Just leave the runner on. And I can always reload if we try to retest 25s or put support. We have 10 minutes left on this auction, so I'm hoping we get some displacement. We're still inside that 930 candle. So from 930 to 10 o'clock, is that right? Is that what it is? Sorry, the 10 o'clock. We're still inside the 10 o'clock. So from 930 to 10 o'clock candle, we're still inside that range. We have not exited that range. Looking for us to break through, hopefully 700s. $700s is a big level here, but I think we might be okay. We'll see. You see them holding 700s, guys. They're trying to hold 700s. See on the 1 minute chart. I'm trying to hold 700s. Forming another little consolidation, micro consolidation here, guys. Same type of stuff as what we had before, right? They break out and fail here, and now we're back to the other side of the range. So this is a range on a smaller time frame, right? 1 minute chart, smaller, tighter range. I mean, it doesn't mean that they can't take this thing back in. I mean, they could. They're still within striking distance to reclaim 25, and then from there 740s. But this is where, if we're truly bearish and we're going to expand lower, then we should see these pullbacks fail. I should say succeed, meaning sellers still control the auction on these pullbacks. So we're above 25. Let's see if they give a pop. Broke back above this range high. It's a pretty strong break there. Well, let's see. This is the overall where the range high would be. Just use this candle close here. This is where they rejected last time and created a lower low. Gotta look for clues in price. Okay, there's the aggression there of the buyers trying to get that pop. Are they going to reclaim put support here? 4 hour, we are testing the 10 o'clock opening price. That's what the battle is here at this current moment. Okay, I'm going to try adding a contract there. Not too many. I don't want to make my average. I don't want to create a worse average for my entry, and then end up having to go break even, and then end up getting tagged out because it's still going to do second leg up. So we're just betting on time frame continuity, put support acting as resistance now. It was acting as support here. It was acting as resistance here. So that's been a very important key level for us today. And now I'd love for this to act as resistance once again. As long as my entry is above put support, we're good. We're in a good position. So here's that breakout in the range, right there. Now let's see. I need to see this thing fail. We'll know it fails when we can actually start closing back underneath. There we go. So I added more contracts, so now we're up to, we have more size on now. So let's see if we can get the finisher here through 700s and then take more off at opening range low and then IB low. We got 5 minutes left, though. I don't know if these buyers have enough firepower to get it done. Got our dot. Let's see if we get the continuation now. 700, you got to watch out, though. This is major resistance, major support here. Remember, this is our POC from 930, which has pretty much the highest concentration of volume into session. Let me just verify that before I say that. And it does. Yep. And it does. $700. If this level gets taken, wash out, man. Wash out. Break the 700. Break the level. Break the level. Come on. See, this is why I don't like this right here. How they close and immediately rejected the seller right here. I don't like that. Ooh, reclaim. Those boys are trying to get bullish here. Trying to hold 700s. I mean, it is a level. It's a big level. We got 3 minutes left in this auction, so these guys don't displace, then these buyers may have a chance to get a bounce here and maybe a retest of the VWAP. My entry is literally right at put support, so that does make it kind of vulnerable for a stop out on a break even, to be honest. So if this candle opens up, usually what will happen, a new candle opens up, they're going to drive higher, take out some stops, form the high, and then go, right? And then I just have to decide, do I want to sit in that, move my break even, because I was up obviously on that last runner, like 300 ticks, and then I started scaling in. But it's okay. I'm okay with it because we did get this break. We did break out and then close back inside. So I mean, it could try one more time here at this high. What's this price here? It's our IB mid. But still in my shorts. Still in my shorts. I was hoping that we would get that 30-minute expansion to the IB low. 4 hours just testing its moving average here at 700 still. It would be tough as a four. If I was trading a higher time frame on a 4 hour chart, it'd be tough to be sitting in this long, in my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. But if I was a buyer, I'd be pretty frustrated right now. What are these guys gonna do? Are they gonna break this thing down? What's going on here? Nice little bear flag. Can we get a bear flag break? A bear flag break. $700s. Take out 700 rug pull. This is where you want to look at the book map, and see if there's anything that makes sense. And there's really nothing here that makes sense at the moment. other than positive delta. So I don't like that. But every time frame is still bearish. But we got 2 minutes left for this new 30-minute, 15-minute candle to open up. 1 hour is still heavily bearish though. So that 1 hour opening price is at 78, 29,000, actually 777. So that 1 hour looks so bearish. I don't know if we're going to see price be able to snap all the way back up from its current open. Okay, 1 minute left for this auction, and then we get the new 30-minute, 15-minute candle to open up. Major negative down below. Can we get down there? Where's the real gamma? Up above the 750s. And our current POC is at 750 for the session. Okay, 10 seconds left for this next 15 and 30-minute candle to open up. What are they gonna do? I'm keeping my stops break even. I don't want to give back my profits just in case. Because I don't have high conviction. That's what it boils down to. I don't have a high conviction in these market conditions. Remember, it's positive gamma, so mean reversion. So we break up and then we fail. We break down and then we fail. So, you know, just because you want something to happen doesn't mean it's going to happen, right? So we got to acknowledge what supersedes your opinion. It's the environment that we're in, and this is exactly a repeat of what just happened on the earlier, but in reverse. Because before we had what was that bar chart? Let's get rid of that one. So what 1 minute on. So we had a breakout above the range here, right? And then it failed. And now we have a breakout below the range, and then it looks like it's beginning to fail, right? So if that's the case, then they could take it right back inside the range. And this is the kind of conditions that we're in because it's positive gamma right now, right? I mean, are we? Yeah, well, no, it's actually negative at the moment, but still, then this becomes a failure below the range. So right now they're building a range down below. I mean, this is where it gets frustrating for me because if I'm just trying to catch fast expansion, it's like if you're not in that move on the way, if you're not here, it's like there was no pullback to get into, right? So it's like you're literally having to trade without any confirmation. And that's how it goes sometimes in these markets, right? And that's why I recommend when you take your initial position, start small, starter position. And then once it starts proving itself, then you add more. And that's how you scale in. That's what you got to do. Sometimes you can't wait for pullback. Sometimes you can't wait for confirmation. Sometimes all you have is the level and the order flow, right? You just gotta wait. You gotta allow that to be your the reason for why you enter a trade. You're not necessarily waiting for a confirmation. I think they're going to spike up one more time, guys. I think they're going to retest the put support level at 750, at 740s, and then maybe get to 750 again. 750 POC still active. So this last 30 minutes created a POC right at 730s. So the POC acts like the middle of a range, right? So just imagine everything's like a range. It's always building a range. We expand and then we go to a range. So below this POC, if we cannot expand, then we're going to see price end up bouncing again. So 700s, and then we come back again and maybe look at POC again. And in this case, 730. We get above the POC, we fail above, then we look for price to get back to the POC. So they're holding up 700 still, right? We're not able to get out of 700. Let's draw our magic lines here. Magic lines. The middle of the box. value is migrating lower, so that's a good sign. But I think we're going to see this thing pop one more time, take out that high right around where my entry's at. I'm probably going to get tagged out, break even on that last contract, couple contracts. I'll be right back. I'm going to put my desk up so I can stand up. So what's working for us is the 1 hour. The fact that the 1 hour is staying super bearish is, for me, why I like this setup and why I continue to stay in this trade, because I don't really care about all the if the 1 hour and the 4 hour is still bearish, right? There's that displacement. Let's take some contracts off on that, huh? I'm gonna take that off there, take one off. Now I'm left with my last contract. So I paid myself nicely on that. So I took those contracts on that displacement, that breakout. And now we'll just see if we can get to the opening range low. Sorry, not the opening range, but the IB low. IB low is 636s. And if we do get really aggressive through that, then the next target will be 29,500s. All right, we're testing a very important level here. This is our opening range low and our major negative. This is where they may start holding price up a bit. Let's see what happens. Either way, it does not matter. It does not matter, gang, because we are secure. We have paid ourselves. We are green, and we're holding 140 ticks on our last runner here from our ad we added. So I want to see this thing get to our IB low, and then we could just be done here. We can just be done here. Hit the like button, gang, if you haven't already. I promise, if you hit the like button, it's going to make you a better trader. Just kidding. All right. Hope you know I'm kidding. All right. We're almost to our IB low. Can we get there? Can we do it? Little by little, tick by tick. Look at that hourly candle. That thing is looking pretty beefy. Come on. Be right back, gang. Let's see. What's going on here? Nothing. Let's see, almost there. Getting a breakthrough opening range low. Maybe we get some acceleration here and take out 736s. ES is testing its major negative gamma level. ES 7,762s. Let's see. We're clearing ours as well. Let's see. Looking for this final move back to the wick of this 1 hour candle. Can we do it? Can we get it done? Just waiting game for this to be done. Just wanting another pullback here. We may get a test of 700s. See if we can add more contracts if they fail. Gotta be careful here, though. They are trying to break out here. On the smaller time frame, that is. See if they get a test of 700s. If they test and fail, I'll add more contracts. New 15-minute candle opening up in 2 minutes, so I'll probably wait for that. It's the bottom of the range on the hourly, which we've not been able to break through, which is 681s. Also opening range low current. So this range for me technically started yesterday at 9 a.m. and this is where they've been holding inside of. The weekly open is our resistance, and then our bottom boundary would be our support, 661s, and we can just see, just based on that, that same dynamic. Failure above the range. Unable to get through the bottom of the range. We'll see. We'll see. No closes through the low of 68s on the hourly time frame. We got 15 minutes left, so the sellers need that. They need to make progress here. If we can get a close below the bottom of this range, 661s, and maybe they have a chance for a move lower. Price is trying to pop now to 700s, looking for an opportunity to reload. If they don't stop me, I'll break even on this. Big buyer just came in. They're stacking the offer. New 15-minute candle just opened up. Let's let them get above the 15-minute opening price first, and then we can try to add.
Remember, here's the open. If you're bearish, let price get above it, and then once it gets back below it, enter the short. If they can, I don't know. Look at it. Let's see. They should be able to. No, they may not give me a chance to reload my entry. It's okay. I'm not complaining. I'd rather just have it go to my target so we can just be done for the day. Walk away with our 100+ points on the session. And I'm going to upload it in my AI journal so it can tell me where I made all my stupid choices today. You got to, if we just remove the bad trades, man, forget about it. I'd be a legend. We'd all be legends. The good news is the mistakes can be corrected, right? It can be corrected. But if you can't identify what those mistakes are, you may think you know what they are, but we all have blind spots, and our lack of experience is going to prevent us from actually uncovering what is really hindering our P&L. And sometimes you don't have the luxury of hiring a trading coach. You don't have the luxury of 10, 15 years of experience, or having friends who know how to trade, or experience actually real traders. So, but I'll tell you what's better than all of that, and people don't want to hear this, but it's AI. If you have a AI that's trained on the right data, it's all about the quality of data. I mean, come on now. My AI is telling me stuff about my trading that I didn't even pay attention to. I'm like, as I'm training it for our members. So obviously, you know, people can get the benefit of it. But then when I'm putting in the way I'm training, I'm like, oh shit, look at this. Wow, I got to fix that. I got to clean that up. You know, and I'm running different strategies, right? So obviously we have our scalping strategies, and we'll have our hold strategies, we'll have our trend strategies. But then with all those different profiles, there's very important patterns that are actually helping or even hurting your trading. And, you know, some people might say, oh, it's about the strategy. Yeah, you can have a strategy, but if you're executing manually, you're not really following the strategy 100%, right? The strategy might say, oh, you buy pullbacks, but at exactly what point do you buy the pullback? At exactly, you know, what are you waiting for? What are the actual nuances? There's details. So how you buy a pullback is different than how I buy a pullback, right? So it's never going to be the same. And then that's where it comes down to human behavior. Because you could technically you could be in the same trade, but the way you manage the trade, the way you handle it psychologically, the way you handle it before the trade, during the trade, and after the trade, those things are what changes the outcomes. And this is why they say trade signals don't work. So people who are like, I just want to copy your signals. Yeah. How long have we been here in this consolidation? About 20 minutes? The last consolidation, we were in there about 20 minutes. So we broke out, 27 minutes, so about 30 minutes there. And here we're approaching only 15 minutes. So last consolidation took 27 minutes before we broke out, and now we're currently 15 minutes into this consolidation. We'll see if that ends up breaking out. I'm still waiting for an opportunity to reload my entry, but we didn't get it. 15-minute just moved away from its opening price immediately without any opportunity. 5-minute, we were just inside. So if you look at a 5-minute chart, the last 5-minute candle closed bearish, but inside the previous green candle. Previous green candle was a 3-bar, meaning swept both sides of the range. This is why we're seeing this type of price action. So we have a 3-1. Actually, it was a 2-1, 3-1. This sucks, bro. This is like not good quality trading or good quality price action. I got headphones on, so if you see me like jamming out, it's because I'm listening to music. I would play music, but unfortunately, you know, with the whole copyright stuff, don't want to deal with that. But I actually don't listen to music when I trade, FYI. I found that I perform worse when I listen to music. I used to try to like listen to like house music and stuff because that's what I like. That and it was just not good. It was not good. The goal is to have like zero energy or, you know, anything that's going to affect you to have a level, clear, empty mind. You need to have an empty mind when you're trading. At least I'm very influenced by music. I'm a musician as well. You can tell I have like my little guitar collection behind me. The reason I'm listening to music is I'm not trading. I'm holding a trade. I'm just waiting for this trade to pan out. Let's see if we displace now. We're trying to get through the 75s now, break out 75s, get the 650s, and from there 631s. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Let's see if we could take out this low here. We got 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes left on the hourly bar. Well, we're beginning to accept below 75s, 675s. We're accepting below. Sellers are coming in and hitting the bid. I don't see any buyers here. The buyers are trying to buy. They got absorbed above 690s. Let's see if we get this drop. High below. Let's go. We got 6.5 minutes left for this hour candle to close. Come on, boys. Let's get it done. Let's go. For those folks who are in the new dashboard, we're going to do a session this week towards the end of the week. So it'll be kind of like a live thing. If you can't make it, that's cool. It'll be recorded, but we'll be going through everything, breaking down the entire thing. Hopefully I can get it done. It's pretty much done, but we're going to be doing some pretty cool stuff with that. It's going to be pretty awesome. So if you're not already using it and you want to get access, make sure you check it out. DynastyTradingSystems.com and join the party. Join the party. Next week, we have our entire order flow engine being released as well. So we're taking all the order flow tools that we have and we're doing an entire makeover on them. And then we're going to obviously re-release them. what we have now is obviously really good, but the new stuff's going to be even better. And then that's also going to be fed into what we call our intelligence layer. And then you're going to have the option of actually our AI actually talking to you while you're trading. So it'll tell you what the heck's going on. So it'll be like, oh, we got news coming out in XYZ minutes. Price is currently doing this. This is what you need to be paying attention to. Oh, it's like having Max right there, but only better and smarter. We got 5 minutes left here for this 1 hour candle to close. This will be the first close under 680, 680s since yesterday. No, since August 7th. What day was August 7th? Damn, that's funny. That was Friday. Yeah. First close under 680s since August 7th, if we can do it. 3 minutes left. Look how close we are to the IB. Come on, gang. Can we just do it? 135 more ticks. One minute left. No, 2 minutes left here, actually. Let's see. What's our ATR on a 30-minute chart? Let's look. Small. It's only 231 ticks. ATR on 1 minute is only 52 ticks. So we're definitely maxing out our ATR, our positions on these small ATRs on the 1 minute chart. So we're catching these 30-minute ATRs, which is pretty good. That's the goal, right? You're trading a small time frame, not to trade the small time frames ATR, but you want to catch the higher time frame ATR using the small time frames Renko charts to execute and get in. Come on, guys. Let's finish him. Got to watch 670s here. 670s is the level. Remember, they never formed the wick on that 15-minute candle at 11:45. So if they were going to spike up, that's where they're going to go to repair that high. And that's where I'll re-enter some trade. And if maybe I'll I can maybe re-enter some more contracts, but we'll see. Yeah, 22 seconds left. I was really hoping they would just get it done. Good news is, if we get this next 30-minute and it takes out that IB low, there's enough energy for that 30 minutes to give us another 300 tick profit. So we can probably have a 500 tick trade here. I mean, my original position would have been 500 ticks if I would have held the original, but I took some off, added some. So this is just what's left over from my reload, my re-add. All right, we got a new 1 hour. We actually closed under 681s for the first time. Let's go 30 minutes. Let's see if we can. I would like a pop. If we get a pop back above, what's that price level here? 690s, and then a failure. So maybe a retest of opening range low. If we get a pop at that opening range low, and then a reclaim of opening range low, I would like to get short some more contracts and then try to see if we can not only take out IB low, but maybe get another 30-minute full ATR expansion. You guys are still here hanging out? It's already 9 o'clock. I'm normally done by now, but I'm trying to just wait for the resolution of this situation here. Nice. Look at that. There we go. That's the type of stuff we like to see. We're back underneath that 12 o'clock open print. IB lows next, baby. Let's hit it. Come on. Come on. Stay under. Let's go. Keep selling pops, guys. There's no buying yet. If you're trying to get long and position yourself, you might be saying to yourself, but they keep holding, they keep basing, they keep consolidating. But just know that the buyers keep failing on breakouts. They try to get the breakout and can't sustain it and it drops, right? Just remember that. And then they're building more negative gamma down below. Where's our major negative? We're still under our major negative. It'd be nice if that migrates lower. Well, they're beginning to build some gamma at 606s. Come on, let's take it out, guys. Let's be done with this. We're almost there. Good. Trying here. These buyers are trying. They are trying again. How annoying, bro. I did say they would take out that 15-minute high at 695s before they actually maybe complete this move. I think that's where they're going to try to go. We'll see. Can't hurt to try to reload some contracts, though. Let's see what they're going to do here. Watching. And we're breaking out now on the smaller time frame. So it looks like they're going to try to get that pop to 700s. Just watch this guy right here. Thanks, bro. Thank you. Just trying to see if we can get to the IB low here. Maybe add more contracts. But I don't know. We got some repairing to do. Let's see. Waiting. They're breaking out on the small time frame. Is this a full breakout or is this just a pop? A pop and drop. I'm watching here for this guy right there to see if we can reject. This is our prior value. We also have negative GEX right here, major negative here. So just watching to see if they're gonna get outside our 1130 value area here. Let's make that small. There we go. So this buyer who got stuffed, we had offers stacked, 52 contracts executed, and then boom, failed, and then the seller just went beast mode on him. So we got a break in continuity. So daily 4-hour bearish, 1 hour, 30-minute, 15-minute bullish. So that means we probably got to wait for the 15-minute to close. just waiting, guys. I want to put more contracts on, but gotta wait. You can probably wait for the 15-minute close. We're back inside this range. Prior 30-minute value. I want to see the buyers get maybe a second leg up and then fail. So something like this, and then we get a pop, look for an M pattern, and then that's what I want to see. That's what I'd like to see. Just in case it doesn't want to do that, I'm going to add already a contract, just in case, because it may just want to fail from here. So we'll see what happens, gang. We added more contract there. Let's see if we get that displacement lower now. IB low's the target. Below that, where's our next gamma level? We have a big node building down below, around 600s. Let's see. Remember, there's still some repair that needs to get done above on that 15-minute. We never formed that wick on that 15-minute chart, 15-minute candle at 11:45. So I gotta be cautious with that one. We're now testing we're testing our current 30-minute open, prior 30-minute open. Okay, so let's see. So that was a nice little rejection there on that prior 30-minute value high. We kind of like got right to it. They put an offer, an immediate rejection. So this isn't aggressive buyers stepping in. This is just like relief. This is probably profit taking, this little pop that just happened to the upside. My brick size, this one is a 8, 20, 40. 8 is for trend, 20 offset, and 40 for reversal. These are Renko bricks, by the way. Renko. They're trying to get bullish here. Got to be careful. They could hold this support level. So I'm watching, but it doesn't matter. I'm already pretty much good to go. Be break even on this trade if it ends up reversing. But I'm still holding my trade. Let's see if we get that displacement to IB low. I already got my take profit ready to roll here. If we can get there. As we approach the low, moving target, the stops at break even. Let's see if we can get displacement finally. Let's see. Sellers are coming in heavy at the low. They just pulled the bid. Actually, they filled the bid. No, they filled the bid there on Bookmap. Now we're trying to see if we can take that next bid below 642s. They start building bids lower. That would be very nice, but they're not. This was that same area at the open where they executed. Is this right? Let me make sure I'm not speaking out of my ass. Yeah, this is the area where they executed 400 contracts at the bid at 9:30. So 647 is that level. Let's see if these buyers here are going to continue to support price. Because if not, they are vulnerable. So you can see right here on my order flow on the book map, this little cluster right there, that is support at 647. This level goes, there's no support. You see how thin it is? There's nothing here. Thin. Yeah, here they go. They're trying again here. Looking to add more contracts here if it fails. Every time frame's bullish again, so be careful. They may end up taking out the high. I thought that was it. I thought they were going to take it out, but these boys absorbed the sellers again at the 650s. Back inside the middle of the range. Come on now. Turn down. Turn down. Let's go. Damn, whoa, this is sick. Let's go, baby. Let's get that pop. Let's get that drop. Come on. Keep holding 650s, man. They keep holding 650s. Hourly and 30-minute back bearish, 15 minutes still holding green. So we got to wait for that 15-minute to turn. 15 minutes inside. All right, here we go. Let's go. These buyers had the chance right here to take back control. They couldn't do it. Rejected and dejected. Sellers now have the ball in their court. Can they score a touchdown? Can they score the touchdown? Let's go. Come on, Ivy Low. This is like the greatest album of all times. We're almost there. I'm just waiting. I mean, gosh, I like hanging out with you guys, but you know, thing just needs to die already. Come on, we're stacking the bid still. Let's go. Every bid gets taken. Let's go. We already know what you want to do. Just do it. Be aggressive. Be rude. Let's take out all these buyers. Let's stop them all out. Come on, man. Let's go. We're right there. Every time frame now just turned bearish. Let's see if we get speed now. Speed. We're full bear. We're in fifth gear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. I can feel it coming. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Where's my IB? 36, and we got a nice bid at 31. That's good. When you see a nice bid under the level, that's good. Because that means the magnet's 31, my target's at 36. That's good. It's almost there. We're almost there, guys. What do you think? You think we're gonna get there? Oh my goodness. So annoying. So annoying. And this thing, if they don't take out this low, I guess they do, you know, they are building a lot of volume here, value here. So they're just, I mean, I figure they're going to run it at least and then take it up if that's what they're going to do. But they just are holding up 650s. We know it's a big level based on the hourly chart. But dang, they didn't want to do it. There was no sellers that were willing or strong enough to take out that bid. So they're now lifting it up. So hopefully this is just another pullback before we get the final drop. We're still holding every time frame bearish except the 15-minute. Let's see if that 15-minute can turn back bearish here. Adding more contracts here. Let's see if we can get this shit done. The book map absorbing these bids at 650s. Come on. Let's go. 46, 10 more points. You can do it. There we go. Come on, a little bit more. A little bit more. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Just a few ticks away. Come on. There we go. Hit it. Hit it. Taking one off myself a little early. I'm taking the other one off too. And then we'll just need a little runner there, just in case they want to displace through that low. Finally. Mission accomplished, gang. We hit the target. Runner. Got my runner on still. Let's see if these boys are going to stay heavy under 31s or 30s. There's 25 bounce. Mission accomplished. Can I get a like? Can I get a like? Can you guys hit the like button? That was a pain in the ass. Whew. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm going to go get some coffee. Go say hi to my beautiful wife. Go walk my dog. All is well. We'll be back tomorrow. You guys take care. And check us out, dynastytradingsystems.com. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you. Take care, guys. You'll let that runner run. We got 3 minutes left for this 30-minute. Did it already hit its expansion? Did it hit its ATR? half. So there's still room on this 30-minute to give us a little bit, maybe another 100, 150 ticks. But we'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.